What is up, YouTube? Hey, this is Financial Coach Rick at the Debt Free Mafia. Hey, how can you become debt free? And what ways can you do it in a way that would be efficient and fast and feel like you're actually making some progress? Because if you've already tried making extra payments, it probably feels like it's just going nowhere. What I typically run into with a bunch of clients is they're trying to put out all of these different fires all at the same time, and at the end of the month they are just worn thin and they just feel like they're making no ground. Well, in this video I kind of wanted to go through what I would do, and not just what I would do if I was you, but how I did it, because I had paid off $65,000 in a little over 2 years using the debt snowball method. We'll talk about that a little bit in this video also. So this is what I would do. First things first, are you all right, basically? I know that sounds kind of weird, but are you covering your rent? Are you covering your utilities? Are you covering your transportation? Are these things that you are able to make payments on? Are these things that you are caught up on? If anything, we got to make sure that those are taken care of, because if they're not taken care of, we've got a serious income problem, and we've got to find a way to make extra cash right now, because those fall under our four walls, and we want to be sure that we are covering those four walls first and foremost. Second, now this is going to seem almost counterintuitive, but I think this is going to bring a lot of peace of mind to you, and this is recommended from everybody to Dave Ramsey to most people on the subreddit personal finance. That is an emergency fund. Now, what I recommend is that you save $1,000 to $1,500 that you can either stash under the bed in a lockbox, or you can keep in a savings account. Just make it to where it's accessible but not tempting to get to spend. So that's what I would do right off the bat. So that way you have just a little bit of a safety net should your car break down, water heater go out, tires, need new tires, stuff like that. Just worst case scenario, that's there for you. It will bring you some peace of mind if you don't have that. Now, once you get that, and I always tell my clients, hey, let's get intense about this $1,000 emergency fund. We got to get this bad boy saved up as fast as possible. I've already kind of covered some stuff on how to do that, but right off the top of my head, garage sell as much stuff as you can. Facebook Marketplace, sell as much as you can. Look in the cracks and crevices in your car for a few. I'm just kidding, you don't have to do that, but do Uber Eats, do DoorDash, do Shipt, do here in West Texas we have something called West Texas To Go. It's basically like Uber Eats but local. Anyways, whatever you gotta do, pick up these jobs that you can do outside of your main job, basically picking up a second job. Let's get that bad boy funded. Okay, so once we get that bad boy funded, this is where it really starts to come into play on paying off your debt, becoming debt free. So this is what I think is the most effective way to become debt free, and that is the debt snowball. So there's a difference. There's the debt avalanche and there's the debt snowball. We'll do a video on the debt avalanche pretty soon, but what the debt avalanche is you're paying money towards the highest interest rate debt that you have first. I'm not going to get into that, but let's talk about the debt snowball, because statistically you're going to have a lot more success with the debt snowball, because the debt snowball has this secret factor built in that the debt avalanche doesn't. So debt snowball, what we'll do is we'll take all of your debts, and we'll list the balance that you owe on it from smallest to biggest. So if you have, say, 10 debts, you say you got like $115 on a Lowe's gift or on a Lowe's credit card, and like your biggest one is like you got student loans that are like $70,000. Well, what we'll do is that Lowe's is our smallest debt, so that's going to be first. That big student loan is going to be last because it's a heavy hitter right down at the bottom. We're going to leave that at the bottom. So anyways, you're doing smallest to biggest, and then you're going to list out your payments, your interest rates on all of them, and have it broken down, because sometimes your student loans get clumped into one conglomerate, like if you use Nailnet or there's a few other. Make sure that you got them broken down by piece, because their interest rates are going to be different, because sometimes they'll have your student loans wrapped up into one. Be sure to break it down into the individual student loans that you have. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take everything that we can. We're gonna do our monthly budget, right? So our budget on like, hey, what do we need to get by on the month? And any money, extra money we find in that budget, we're gonna start paying towards that smallest debt, including the minimum payment. So say you do your budget and you have $100 left over on your monthly budget. Well, we're gonna take that $100 and we're gonna apply it to that Lowe's credit card that we talked about. And say the minimum payment's $15. So hey, we're gonna knock out that credit card in the first month. Next, what we're gonna do is, so that first month we were able to make $115 payment on that Lowe's credit card. Well, now let's say our next credit card is, let's say, Bed Bath & Beyond. This one you owe $250 on, and the minimum payment's like $25. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take that $115 that we were able to pay this month, and next month we're gonna take that $115 and apply it to the minimum payment of the Bed Bath & Beyond. So Bed Bath & Beyond's minimum payment was $25, but now we're gonna add the $115 to it. So now it's going to be $145. That's bad math. $140. So it'll be $140 that we're going to pay towards the Bed Bath & Beyond. So initially what that means is we're going to take the smallest payment plus anything extra that we've found in the budget, and we're going to add it to the next smallest debt's monthly payment. And what that does is it starts to snowball. So your debt payments are small, but as you knock out debts, your payment's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, like a snowball would be rolling down a hill. So what it does, and this is the secret weapon that I think the debt snowball is so good at, that I really think is what makes people most successful in paying off debt, because it worked for us and it's worked for several of my clients, it builds momentum, and nothing will help you pay off your debt like momentum will. So once you have this momentum of this snowball that's just starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger, starting to go down this hill, it's a lot easier to knock out those debts as you're going down the line. So remember we talked about that student loan that was like $70,000? Well, okay, so I'll just use some of my clients for examples. I had some clients, they were paying around $2,400 a month on just minimum payments. That is so much money. So essentially their last biggest debt, they've been making $2,400 payments on. So $70,000 will take forever at minimum payments. It's tragic. Student loans are tragic because you will never pay them off. Well, you will, but it'll take a lifetime to pay off student loans with minimum payments, especially if you're the average. You might be below average, above average. Irregardless, the $70,000, if you're making $2,400 payments on that, it's gonna knock it out so much faster than if you were making the, say, I think probably $70,000 would probably be around $500 a month on just those student loans minimum. So you're making almost 5 times the payment on it. So it's going to speed up paying off that loan by 5 times, which is just so awesome. And I've just had so many clients. I've had a client here recently. She's paid off half of her, all of her debt accounts. So she's literally just been paying off credit card, paying off credit card, paying off credit card. And she's been throwing all the extra money that she can at this thing. And we had a meeting the other night, and she was getting emotional about it because she thought she was gonna have these credit cards forever, but she was halfway through it. So let me encourage you here. Let's have a monthly budget and stick to it. Let's make sure that we got that $1,000 set aside so that if something happens, we can take care of it. And then let's hammer that debt with the debt snowball. I hope to do kind of a video of a spreadsheet breakdown on how it works. If that's something you want, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions about the debt snowball. Feel free to DM me, reach out to me. On this video, if you don't mind, hit the like and subscribe if you found some value from it. Also going to be continually posting more content related to a debt-free lifestyle and what you can do to be successful financially. Help you set up not only yourself, but not only your children, but hopefully your children's children. That's what we're trying to do here. So anyways, again, be sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'm rooting for you. I'll see you later. Peace.